didn't play stock standard tier list again. I really don't think it's a good look for them. I like that they put Husmet on the Akali. I think it's bold to go Ignite, no flash, into a Tryndamere. I get the logic, don't get me wrong. You Ignite him, you kill him after the ult. But I also feel like he might just kill you.
He might just kill you, or you kill him, and that's of course what you're going for. I mean, the flash isn't helping you too much if you just keep spinning slash after spinning slash against you, so might as well just take the Ignite, deny his healing, just deal a little bit more damage, and be actually ahead in the 1v1. And yeah, of course, once you fall behind, it will be over for you, but just don't fall behind, lol. /r/Korean advice, right? That's what Husmet is likely aiming for. And here, we see the birthday boy. That's Ghost Burned, and also good level 1 trading from Coated, but of course it is Tryndamere. It's always a bit RNG based, so I refuse to credit him there.
Yeah, I mean, look, that is kind of just a Tryndamere strat. You just walk at people at level 1 and say, hey, let's roll the dice. So far, Coated actually really low rolling, finally gets a crit, and Husmed gets punished. All you need is 1.
Yeah, you basically just need 1. I mean, he has up to a 35% crit chance, so if you keep hit after hit, you will eventually get 1. And Coated, of course, is fine overall there. Both manaless champions, so the sustain advantage not as big as it would be in some other top lane matchups, I dare say. But Coated definitely starting off nicely in this laning phase. And Luxury in general, I mean, we have seen this game 1, didn't expect him to win this. I checked our prediction sheet, by the way. Do you know how many of us predicted a single game win for Luxury?
Just you, I'm guessing?
No one.
No one. Okay,
no.
So we're
not even from the non-casters. Yeah. Everyone is already wrong.
Oh, everyone. Like literally everyone. Okay,
yes.
Wow. The whole VCS English community in absolute shambles with Luxury showing up to play today.
Yeah, to be fair, many are also forgetting to predict, so they're already demoralized after seeing like UA and me popping off on the prediction sheet, and they're like, let's not even bother, right? Either way,
you can't keep up with German efficiency.
That's true.
Just outdoing it.
Either way, back to the game. Nothing really too surprising happening so far. Viego with a very good early clear, and I really wonder how the Jarvan pick would play, because we haven't seen that much Jarvan in the recent games, and Jarvan of course a pick that has to do something in the early game against Viego, in my opinion, because Viego, if he just gets to free farm, free clear, he will eventually have more value than the Jarvan will have. Of course, not having as much of the Cataclysm utility that the Jarvan will bring to the table in that regard, but as a team fighter, the Viego will eventually just brutalize you. So I really wonder where BJ will really find his angles, or even try to find his angles, since so far he hasn't done that.
Yeah, and I think an interesting thing is just who the Jarvan is looking to combo with. Obviously, Cataclysm is just an independently good skill. I know we sometimes we overfocus on combos, but you do kind of risk getting in the way of your Sylas and your Akali.
That, and every champion, literally every champion on Luxury side has one way to at least avoid the Cataclysm, right? Leona with the Zenith Blade, Kai'Sa with the Killer Instinct, Spirit Rush from Ari needs no introduction, and of course Viego actually has multiple ones with both the Spectral Mount, the Heartwaker, and Tryndamere with the Spinning Slash. Shouldn't really care too much. What? Does it not go through walls?
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm actually missing the mark on that one. You might be right.
I don't think it does. He can Heartbreak over for sure. I don't think he can Spectral Morphs.
Yeah, the Spectral Morph might be too short. Yeah. I mean, the Heartbreaker for sure, because it is a blink. Right? Either way, point still stands. Every of the one of the champions from Luxury can have one way out of the Cataclysm or into it if they choose to do so. So maybe Jarvan, not the ideal pick in this situation, but Binjay, of course, on the Jarvan, you can still do quite decent pre-6 ganks with him, with just Demacian Standard and just Dragon Flag onto someone and then flash into it, so you just have a guaranteed knockup that the enemy has basically no counterplay unless they anticipate it. TVC Blaze's first move, he is not level 6 yet, so not as mobile, and Bakan might be able to catch him, but Husmet is in a different sort of trouble, or is he? Because the team is here.
He was in trouble for a moment, but as you said, the team arrives, Coated, flashing away.
And also Taki flashing in his grand entrance, so it was flash for flash traded on their side. It will at the end of the day be fine for both teams if they trade one summoner. But Taki, you're face checking something you shouldn't face check.
Oh, Taki, you can't go in there, you silly bird. Grand entrance is over the wall, but Luxury knew exactly where he was going. First blood is taken, a soul is stolen, but now Froggy arrives, and Killer Queen is trapped in the Rakan body. He's not
fine.
level 6. He's finally free, and they just walk away.
Yeah, I can just walk away. Blaze is also hitting level 6 and then being ready for the roam. Froggy not level 6 himself, so there's an experience disadvantage for the side of SGB. And Killer Queen can just walk out while they are free-firing their damage off, and SGB wisely chose against going for a potential revenge kill there. Taki just with a not-so-smart face, he just now burnt his flesh. He's of course on the somewhat mobile Rakan, but you are definitely very prone to get killed there with all the CC and damage coming out from Killer Queen and also CBL being very sticky to you. So you just now donated the first blood kill towards the Viego from Killer Queen. Not something you ideally want.
Froggy has stolen and popped the Ahri ultimate there, the Revolutionary Rush. Got a huge amount out of it. Just trades ultimates, of course, which technically favors Ahri, but it's not bad. I like coming up with Silas. Yeah, I know, but I like coming up with Silas versions of the name.
So
he's the revolutionary, you know.
So at one point I also need to learn all the Carrick's ability names that you invented.
Like,
so I have like an actual challenge this time. Either way, glad to have another one. Yeah, thank you very much. Either way, another Froggy problem is coming up this game because he's again somehow down 20 CS. I get that he's down some in the melee versus range matchup with him having some kill pusher, and it shouldn't be that much. I mean, it shouldn't be 20. Like if it would be 10 CS, I would understand it, but that is a huge CS gap that shouldn't be as big. Especially with also Blazes. In the roams, he was not any less efficient than Froggy was. So definitely some minions he missed there that he shouldn't have missed.
Yeah, 100%. This is some of those minions have been donated to the 5th dimension, no doubt. But let's see if Froggy can actually get anything done as the game continues for now. BJ has not done anything on the Jarvan, and that's something you said is a little bit unforgivable.
Yeah, definitely is. I mean, to some extent, you also need to blame the lanes for not really having any setup for him. I mean, Akali not really that CC heavy tournament, not that easy to kill. Maybe actually Froggy is the one lane you can really impact the most with that. If you just get one good chain ledge onto the Ahri and just lock her down before she can spirit rush away. But so far, BJ, he's kind of in a rough situation because everyone has something against him. And maybe he can secure his first herald, but Killer Queen is also very close.
Yeah, they are moving in. There's BJ, goes in, uses the Cataclysm, but the immediate Spirit Rush out, and he dies to the Prey Seeker. No one has picked up the Eye of the Herald. There's a knock-up going in on Dakota, but there's really out of chase on forward. Taki taken down. Blazes lands a charm. Spirit rushing once more. In goes Killer Queen. Shogun so low. Shogun goes down. And Luxury have just destroyed the Buffalo.
And Blazes absolutely smurfed that teamfight. I kept calling his name in the teamfight because I was so excited about it. First of all, he just Kaiser out the Cataclysm from BJ. BJ looks like a sitting duck in this teamfight where everyone has something that can really escape the Cataclysm or his combos in general. Blazes gets the first kill onto him, survives on his own. They secure the Rift Herald on the side of SGB. Here we see the fight again to really see what's going on. Dragon's Strike comes out, and then the Cataclysm. Everyone on the side of Luxury can really kite it out. And here we see Coated re-engaging together with Killer Queen, following up. Solar Flare, not even hitting ideally, but it's still enough for Kaiser to secure a double kill. So good job Vid on that one. And Shogun also just dying in the aftermath because they can just get dove by Blazes getting reset on the Spirit Rush. They can keep chasing the members from the Saigon Buffalo out, and now it looks pretty disastrous. It's almost 3k gold lead for the side of Luxury. Of course, the Herald will make it a little bit more easy for them, will soften the blow to some extent, but still very good showing by Luxury. And where has this Luxury been the first round robin, I wonder, because they have also looked good against Burst the Sky last time, and Luxury looks like a different team right now.
Like, but they didn't even pick the Herald up.
Oh! What a disaster. They don't even get the eye because they lost the fight.
BJ got the smite on it, but he couldn't pick it up.
So they basically just lost the huge 2k gold swing over a 100 gold Herald pickup where they didn't really get the eye and cannot even get charges. Wow, what a disaster. And yeah, looks pretty bad. And Hasmet not having the happiest birthday, I think, of his life. I think there definitely have been better ones.
Like, it's funny. You go on Twitter, and you know, we follow a lot of the VCS people. You see Han K. His birthday was a couple days ago. The coach of GARM. He bought a birthday cake. He had a really cute tweet saying, I actually really haven't celebrated my birthday for like 3 years, but the team went out and bought me presents.
And B bought a cake for him. I saw the tweet.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Yes.
Saigon Buffalo, they give Husmed a horrible situation to play.
Exactly. And also like
Happy
Shogun,
birthday. Figure it out.
Shogun was doing fine in the bot lane with the Jinx doing the usual Jinx stuff in the early game, right? And now also even Vid is on the Kai'Sa, 2 kills up already with the tier build, will start to do some damage, maybe killing to come down.
Yeah, oh, that's a lovely Zenith Blade, and Blazes once again! The fire starts to burn! As B&J comes in, the immediate flash away from Vit will be perfect, though. Blazes gives them the thumbs
Froggy,
up.
no.
That's a Barbie emote. Froggy, no! Froggy, no! As the Buffalo are just collapsing. Killer Queen is absolutely smurf gliding on them. Does finally fall as Blazers now on the run with CBL. Very low mana for both of them, but it's a lovely flash. Rocket come flying in. CBL will get it. This is the Saigon Buffalo turning this one around as Blazers is the next one. BJ gets the triple.
BJ gets a triple, huge swing and gold over the Saigon Buffalo, and Luxury didn't really find their out in this team fight. I said Foggy no, because Foggy really was overchasing it a little bit in this skirmish, but the follow-up from the side of Saigon Buffalo was there. BJ wasn't really touched in this, and with some abilities being blown away, BJ of course can still do something in this team fight, and is not as much of a sitting duck as he has been in the Herald skirmish. But even in this skirmish, right, we just now seen what Coded could do in the top lane, where he at least got 3 platings as a consolation prize, and at the end of the day, it's still a fight where even Luxury started off with getting 1 kill onto Shogun. So, despite it showing how dirty Luxury still is, it's not that bad for them at the end of the day. But it, of course, gives BJ especially like some momentum back in this game to really do something. Here we see the catch on towards Shogun with the solo fan to killer instinct, and Blazes also being around, and here we see BJ cataclysms in, and yeah, Saigon Buffalo didn't want to stop, but this replay really can stop. This is live. This is live. Luxury.
This is live as Taki has been found. Blazers is having an absolute cracker of a game.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, we saw the Herald skirmish where he was kiting everyone out, both offensively and defensively. Now another pick onto him, or a kill for him on towards Taki, and Luxury keeps their control of the game, I would say. 2.5k gold, still a decent lead for them. Ocean Drake also claimed by them. And we have seen earlier how Shogun didn't even get to touch the wave. Now Vid maybe in a bad situation though.
Maybe, but he does just move away, deals a lot of damage to Shogun on the way out as well. So Luxury, not in too much trouble. And Trinity got a lot of plates.
Definitely did. He's very good considering where he really wants to be in this game right now. We're getting so much free gold. Also, I think the Kai'Sa scaling is something we underrate because we haven't seen much Kai'Sa in recent times in the current build with the tier, and the both poke build and decent DPS build is definitely something that is hard to play against. Now first turret claimed by Luxury, which will further propel the gold, and here we see again how Taki got caught. Of course, very easy pick. Charm lens, there's too much CC around, and still decent damage from Blazes, and yeah, what can you really do as your Khan?
I mean, you know what he could have done? He could have walked away.
He could have not been
like,
there in the first place, is what you mean.
He could have not been in... No, but like, he got hit by the charm, took damage, and then grand entrance to get some spaces. We're back to lovely Vietnamese gents once more. So if you head over to slightly less lovely white gents, I could have just walked away. I feel like, yeah, he could have just...
maybe he could walk away, but he could at least force Blazes to expose himself more to what Foggy could do to him, and then make it a bit harder for him, right? Yeah, I get that point, but yeah, Taki, not the best play of him. I mean, we appreciate supports roaming and making plays on the map, but this just wasn't it. I think Taki is also not used to being down 2.5k gold against Luxury in the mid game. That usually doesn't happen against them. But yeah, Luxury this game, again, better early game than we are used to seeing from them, and I really wonder what happened in the break between where C Games was concluded, because after that Luxury has been looking better and better. Not too cleanly, we're still seeing some remnants of what they used to play in like the first round robin, but overall I think they really have found somewhat of an identity again and are playing decent early games.
Yeah, and once again, we do have a pause. I'm not sure what's going on. This must be some tech issues, as we do just get straight back into game.
Yes.
Bit of a mystery. I don't think we missed anything.
So no, we didn't. Maybe some seconds, but pretty whatever. So Luxury still 3k gold ahead. Got the first Ocean Drake, and yeah, now we see Bit being with a finished Manamune, half stacked towards the Muamana, being in a decent position, and maybe Blazes can get caught out now. He's down a flash, he could maybe Spirit Rush out, but if BJ gets the right angle, could be a pick for him. But maybe BJ is the one being picked off, but even that doesn't happen, as he can just Dragon Strike out.
Yeah, Froggy under some threat, but he's okay. Blazers has been incredible, and this is something we see from Blazers. I just wish we saw it more because he is an incredibly skilled player. His mechanics are great. He has that killer instinct that we love to see, but this just hasn't been his split. This has certainly been his game, though.
It definitely has, but I want to correct you. I mean, actually, Vid has a killer instinct, right? He's playing the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa mid lane right now, of course, a thing. Maybe Blazers will play it at some point, but yeah, he's looking good on the Ari, which is, of course, in this current meta, maybe the best mid lane pick you can just blind pick. And yeah, they did blind pick him the Ari, very good of them. And also that Ari going the Era first round, which I'm kind of liking it, actually, because you really have decent follow-up with the Kai'Sa, and you don't need more damage. I mean, you still have enough with Kai'Sa being there. Ari is not like doing no damage with the Everforce build, and also Viego and Twinner potentially being the backup. You are already loaded on damage, and having that a little bit more slow utility is something that definitely helps you really sticking to your targets, and that is exactly what Luxury wants to do.
Ooh, Froggy's just diving in. He's got the Spirit Rush. He's dealing as much damage as he can, but it's a Tryndamere. He gets all that healing. He's got the ult as well, still running. Is ignited, is found by Husband, who's absolutely gliding on them in this one. As they picked up 2 kills, they collapse onto Killer Queen as well. He heartbreaks over the wall. BJ puts them in the cage. He hasn't got a way out. The ultimate already used. Tower fires in. That will give a kill back over to Kai'Sa. But overall, it's a big, big win for the Buffalo.
Oh, Blaze hit the charm, and yeah, big win by Buffalo. And what is Luxury doing? They are straight up team fighting with a tournament, which is something that doesn't really happen or shouldn't really happen because he doesn't really have any CC. I thought just spinning slash in, he has to use his ultimate very early because he's a Tryndamere in an early game to mid game team fight where he doesn't really get to do much. And I really want Luxury to be a bit more resilient with the lead. They should just play it out 4v4 or 4v5 and have Coated sitting in the sideline, just picking up solo farm and XP as they did beforehand. Here we see Coated. He's in the middle of everyone. This is definitely not where he should be at the Tryndamere right now. Not really hitting many targets. Yeah, and they can just cut it out. And then with backdoor access finally being in, Husband getting the kill into Coated. And yeah, now also Jinx being excited is something that is not really playing in their favor. BJ diving a little bit too far, I dare say. Also dying to the turret eventually and giving a shutdown over to the Kai'Sa makes it not too clean out for the side of Saigon Buffalo as well, but that was definitely an opening that Luxury shouldn't have given to Saigon Buffalo and shows why they are also still a bottom tier team.
Yeah, look, this is the thing that's so typical out of our lower tier VCS teams is just taking fights that you don't need to take. You just don't need to be there. You just don't need to give Froggy the opportunity to do that. They move in onto the Kai'Sa. There's the grand entrance, onto the choppers, into the rocket. And that's a lovely executed play there. So little that Vit can actually do.
Yeah, he couldn't really do much more there. Maybe he could try path towards the turret, but there was also like some spells aiming that direction, so he really wouldn't be in a position to be cut off there. Or he would be cut off there, actually. And Coded now, maybe he's being the one cut off.
Caught out. Froggy has stolen away the ult. Yeah, I mean, he didn't want to go towards the rest of the team. I think he's looking for a 1-for-1. If he can just pop the Undying Rage and chop someone to death, but I don't think they're going to give him the opportunity. They force him to use the ultimate. Now they just need to kite it out. Froggy uses the ultimate as well. Of course, his will time out second, so that's a kill given over to him.
Killer Queen is in. Blazes spell rushed forward, the charge should land.
No, he couldn't flag and drag. It must have been on cooldown. As he just gets taken out, there's a Chomper holding him back, but the reset Heartbreaker is good enough to get him out.
Did he maybe get charmed mid-air and we missed it?
I'm not sure.
I mean, the charm would stop the flag and drag, so maybe he just died to that.
It does have a knockdown. It does have a knockdown.
Exactly. And also, I saw that the Mustang standard lying there in a less than ideal situation, so maybe he had the Q, but he didn't have the E, so he was ultimately not in the position to really get out. And now, mid-tier 1 being taken down by Luxury. They are playing it sloppily, but they are still ahead in this game. And also, I'm really looking towards Bit right now, because he did carry the last game. Can he carry this game? I really wonder, because he is a very awkward item power spike right now. Here we see again what happened with BJ. I mean, you look where the Mustang standard is. Where would he want to escape to? There's nowhere to go. And in the picture-in-picture...
we have a fight in the picture-in-picture as Froggy gives him the Teemo.
Yeah, gives him the Teemo, and rightfully so. I mean, Froggy should be in a position to solo kill Blaze in the side lane. I mean, he was so far down in the lane phase, both in farm and in kills, and now he's finally able to win this all in. And this is a worrying sign for the side of Luxury, because you had the lead, and now you maybe missed your mark to really strike with that mid-game lead. to really have Blazes able to carry the side lane, because if the Ari doesn't win the 1v1 anymore, it will eventually be Froggy just pushing on the turret, as it's just now happening in the bot lane, as the tier 1 turret falls, and here we maybe see the replay again of that. Double buffs also donated over, Everfrost hitting, but Froggy just mows down all his spells. He has so much healing with the Kingslayer, and Blazes just gets chunked. It's just
this is
a new champion with his old champion.
Yeah, I mean, Ari got a rework pretty recently.
Yeah, soft rework. And Silas has like no high cooldowns. It's aside from the ultimates, very, very unfair.
I will not listen to your Silas slander. I love my Silas. And this is, it's interesting because that little replay, that little 1v1 sort of is the dynamic of this matchup. Ari, particularly post mini rework, she's very strong because she can kind of just get away from everyone, right? She goes in, hits the Everfrost in the charm, and then just dashes back and dances around the fight. Silas just goes, oh, you have 3 dashes? We have 3 dashes, and just goes with her. You can't get him off you. And if you actually get on top of an Ari, you do kill her, even if you're kind of behind. She's not meant to be... The strength of Ari is that you're not meant to get on top of her.
Yeah, but Silas doesn't have 3 dashes, right? He has the 3 dashes from the stolen ultimate, and he has like 3 dashes on his own on top of that. So yeah, he's actually ever catching this Ari, and yeah, maybe it's somewhat fine. Whatever. I think every other Silas matchup is, if you cannot kill Silas in one rotation, he just kills you, because you cannot really kill him due to his high sustain. Either way, this now makes it easier for Silas in the side lane. And I wanted to touch on Vid and the potential of him being able to carry this game, because he did indeed carry last game, and he's on a very awkward item power spike with the Nashor's, is rated Dirk randomly in there for the Q evolve, and his Manamune not quite finished towards Muamana yet, but once he hits those item power spikes, as Muamana will be completed, he will very hardly spike as a Kaiser, as all comes basically together with this item build. And I think Saigon Buffalo still has to respect Vid very much, because you can't just give him a second game.
Yeah, it's very true. As Akali, that for Husband, has picked up that top tower, more gold given over. As you can see, he is a little bit ahead of Tryndamere on this one. It's a big gold lead for Jarvan in the jungle. That's not a great place to have a gold lead. Jarvan, he gets pretty diminishing returns on gold.
Yeah, it just reminds me of the DNK game where he went 5-0 on Vexer, but had all the kills of his team and couldn't really translate it to anything. Either way, another skirmish backs out.
CBL in some trouble. Everfrost over the wall. He's put in the cage. There's the rocket. There's the hits. And they do take him down. Froggy on the other side trying to once again get on top of Blazes. Can't quite do it as they fence them off. Just the 1 kill for the Buffalo.
1 kill for the Buffalo. They start the Baron off. It's just a pick to support. This might be a bit too greedy for them. I think the Kaiser can just poke them out here if Vid manages to land his shot. And this is again, yeah, Vid's time to shine. He's not on the Jhin and just inting the game as Milky initially teased on.
Ooh, once again, it's another pick. Froggy will get that one. It's a 1-for-1 though, as Coded has the ult, has the chopper to chopper, but it's about to run out. There it is. Husman getting the kill. Killer Queen going extremely low. Shogun not excited enough to keep the chase on, as BJ definitely is. The Agathian Rain will push them back.
2-for-1 for the side of SGB. But I think SGB is not happy with this, because they had to stop the Baron for it. I think Luxury is actually kind of fine with that. They dropped the catch. At the end of the day, it was a 3-for-1 in the extended skirmish, but if it doesn't lead in Saigon Buffalo getting the Baron, I think it is at the end of the day fine for Luxury, because there's still this absolutely scaling monster in the Kaiser being on their team right now. And here we see again what happened. Everfrost offensively. Vid somehow kills Taki in the aftermath of it, and Blazes immediately gets caught. Code's ultimate, of course, runs out eventually, and Husband can't take this kill. With Vid being slowed here, I was kind of worried that he just might die to the excited Jinx, but at the end of the day, he manages to escape to the turrets in time, and BJ didn't really have a follow-up for that still. So now, gold is even, but so much gold in the Jarvan, as you said. So can Saigon Buffalo really do something with it? It remains to be seen.
I mean, the other person that has a lot of gold is the Silas. And Froggy, like, I've been talking about him a bit, but I talk about every Silas. He is having an absolute cracker of performance so far, really making up for a pretty lackluster game 1 on the LeBlanc. Even though his scoreline was good, I don't actually think it was a particularly good game. This one is. So, Saigon, once again, flexing their muscles towards this topside river, towards this mid, as Husmed has a bit of a flank.
He does. And due to the Kaiser being a weaker DPS carry than the Jinx right now, it's also Luxury needs to land some poke before the fight really starts. It's not Ludens yet for the side of mid, and maybe the catch is there now.
Froggy diving forward, uses one of the rushes, and just takes Blazes out of the fight. He does have TP. Coded now close enough that he can actually join the fight. Husmed, you've gone very deep there, son. Has the stopwatch to buy time as well as the smoke as he moves in onto CBL. Doesn't actually execute him. But it's the health bar lead over to the Buffalo, and they will return.
Yeah, they will return. Blazes is weaker, but he has DP, so he could just rejoin the fight, and Saigon Buffalo has to call the Baron off. Still, very, very close game between those two. Luxury had the 3k gold, but that is almost immediately, or not immediately, but it is nullified by the time that it was spent, and also Saigon Buffalo winning some skirmishes by Luxury not playing it too cleanly. And now it is a very close game. Maybe the next Drake will be the first to claim for either of these teams, because Baron is just too risky for an objective. Baron, of course, doing way more to you than the Dragon would do. With the damage in general, and also with the resistance threat coming out, especially against the Kaiser, you don't want to just leave the Baron and keep baiting a fight if you are Saigon Buffalo. And now, that power spike for Vid is not quite there. I'm really excited for what happens when his Luden's templates will be completed, because the Void Seeker poke will just be so much stronger just due to the sheer nature of what the Luden's does, and also the Mythic passive finally kicking in for them.
BJ on the lurk, unspotted in this brush, but Luxury have managed to get themselves a foothold near the Baron pit. Taki sweeping it out, has to be careful of Killer Queen, but Killer Queen on his side needs to be careful as well. This GB once again turn the map black for Luxury.
Map control not looking too good for the side of Luxury, especially with, of course, the Kaiser. You want to have good vision on them, but Blazes just gets caught.
Blazes, he goes down. So much power gone. Heartbreaker from Killer Queen immediately used, but Husmed lands the long-range shuriken, and in they go. They clean Luxury up. Coded, you have a very tall order here, as the ultimate's already been used. He's running away. He goes down. Froggy charging forward, resets the tower. The Jinx rains hell down upon Luxury. Will pay with her life, but that is a price worth paying as the Buffalo get the ace.
They get the ace and they also get the Drake. I wonder if they could have maybe even tried to go for the game there, because the death timers not being that long, probably not a good idea for them. Maybe Inhibitor would have been a decision they could have gone for, but they really want to have this Drake, as they are afraid of Soul Point for the side of Luxury, and they are just able to brutalize whatever Luxury brings to the table due to the better vision control they had. They land one catch, then just can follow up with another, and due to Trinema being such a bad team fighter, it is easy for them to force these fights, and once they stick to one target, they can just keep going, and nobody from the side of Luxury has really decent disengage aside from CBL, and he can only do so much against them. Eventually Vid also just falls to whatever the excited Jinx can, just more into his face with the rocket launcher. And Saigon Buffalo with a very clean team fight, 5-2 on their end, also Drake pick up for them, means the game is now in their control.
It certainly is, but the gold is not particularly spread. It's about 1,000 gold in it. So this game is still much closer than it seems. It is just coming down to execution, and so far Saigon have been much better on that front. As the little love heart of Viego marks out the demarcation zone, but Saigon Buffalo does not respect it, and they'll move in to get themselves vision.
Yeah, the Baron should be an easier target the longer this game goes, because it of course does the same damage at every stage, and you just keep getting better items. Maybe now Coded is called out.
Catch. Coded is caught, but he can, of course, buy time with his ultimate. Froggy is distracting the entire enemy team. Coded now is vulnerable. Kaiser's already gone down. Ari will follow her to the grave. Killer Queen is locked in the rage cage, and he will be sent on down. It's another ace. 5-0, and Saigon Buffalo are about to level things up 1-1.
Definitely will level things up with this engage. I mean, 5-0 in this clean team fight. The death timers are way too long for the side of Luxury to even respawn in any shape or form. No member of them will be respawning to defend this base. And Saigon Buffalo just show why they are such a good team, right? And Luxury not being able to cleanly snowball their 3k gold lead will, show how it's not done with a Twin in the mid game once you get the lead. And with this,